only have like 16-ish chapters left. Before I know it, we're gonna be on Onyx Storm, and their 4th book isn't out yet, and I don't even think we have a release date. I really should have listened to you guys when you said to take it slow. But in my defense, how is it possible to take this book slow when I can't put it down? Chapter 51. Van and are on their way. They're hella outmatched. It's not looking good. By not looking good, I mean it's looking almost impossible. Mira is Xaden's superior, so she has kicked him off the battlefield because his life is tethered to Violet's life. Considering the gravity of the situation, Violet's like, I need to translate these journals faster. And thank God we check our work, because it turns out that there was a very important mistranslation, and maybe she's finally figured out how to raise the words. But the end of this chapter is her saying, but should we? Like, ma'am, what do you mean? That's been the whole point. Thank goodness chapter 52 we get a real quick answer on what she meant by should we do the thing that we've been working to do that would save everyone? If they raise the wards, then the flyers won't be able to channel. Now, ma'am, I understand that you've made some friends, and we're working on creating a unit here and an alliance. If we're not raising the wards, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna save people? What is the point? I did get real frustrated with Violet in this little stretch. I have not listened to the audiobook, so I do not know the correct pronunciation, but so they don't leave the flyers powerless and unable to defend themselves. They arm them with this thing called Mayersight, which, if you remember the final battle from 4th Wing, where there was this box of explosives with Liam's family crest on it, that's this stuff. It blows up. Now the star of this stretch of chapters, chapter 53. Xaden has a second signet. It's not confirmed, but I know it. Rebecca did that thing that she does where she puts a very important line randomly in some sort of dialogue and then pivot distracts you. So I don't know what it is. I don't know when we're going to find out what it is. I don't know when Violet's going to find out what it is. But Sloane said second signets only happen when a dragon bonds a rider in the direct familial line of his previous rider. Sagael's last rider was one of Xaden's grandparents. Also, this man has so many secrets. Of course he is a second signet. Of course. During this whole conversation, they're in these caves and they're doing some kind of squad thing where they're like searching for runes and it's a competition. And because they're in a cave, obviously something bad is going to happen and something is hiding in the cave. And Tarn sent them into that cave because he said he felt some kind of energy signature, which he assumed was this box of runes that they're supposed to be finding. But I was like, you sent them into a cave where there was an energy signature? Of course it's going to be a Venin. Turns out, not a Venin. It's Varish's dragon Solus. And he's hunting Violet, which brings us to chapter 54. He smacks a rider from their squad into the wall, she dies, and then immediately goes to incinerate them. Andarna protects them all with her wings, and as soon as the fire stops, Violet stabs a piece of her broken conduit into his leg, and then channels her lightning into it to fry him. And as she's trying to do this very good plan, Sloane is dragging her out of the cave. And as she's doing this, Violet's getting weaker and weaker. Sloane's signet is manifesting in this time of need, and it's a siphon, and she is siphoning out all of Violet's power. Andarna ends up killing Solus, which he was trying to kill them first, but apparently now Andarna has done something bad, according to the Empyrean, so she's in trouble. And back at Basgiath, Violet's seeing a healer, and Xaden's real panic because she was hurt, and it comes up that her mother made a deal with him to not kill her first year.